Well, here we are in the 2017 Subaru Legacy 3.6R Limited. Let's go for a highway drive. I'm actually mid-road trip as we speak. Well, really short road trip, I should say. Cruising around 60 miles an hour, except here's a 70 zone, so we're going to speed up a little bit. Putting the adaptive cruise control to use. And that beep you just heard was the system picking up this BMW in front of us. And typically, as pretty much all these systems work, I have the system set right at 70 miles an hour, but we're actually going 62 as we speak because that's what this BMW is going roughly in front of us, and the vehicle is maintaining that following distance. But as you can see, I signaled and changed lanes, and we're speeding back up to my cruising speed since there is no traffic in front of us. And also part of the EyeSight package, there is lane departure warning and lane keep assist, passive and active systems. And the way those systems work are, for lane departure warning, if you start to veer outside of your lane, you get a beep and a message here on the instrument cluster. And I think that system works at and above about, I want to say, 30 miles an hour. And then lane keep assist, which was a feature that was introduced on the 2016 Legacy and Outback as part of EyeSight, is this button right here on the steering wheel. You go ahead and push it and you get a corresponding symbol on the instrument cluster. And you also get two lines that show up that tell you when the system is picking up the lane markings. And if you get close to them, as you can see, the steering will nudge you back into your lane. And here we go through a toll booth. So you can see this screen here I have on the infotainment display is the vehicle monitor, which is accessed if you hit info and then vehicle monitor. So this shows basically, there's an accelerometer here, which basically just shows you how far down you're pushing the accelerator pedal. You get a digital engine oil temperature readout, and you also get a display that shows where the power is being sent in the all-wheel drive system. And if you go back to this info screen, there's also an eco monitor, which shows average miles per gallon since you last turned the vehicle on. You have estimated fuel range, and you have instant miles per gallon. So all in all, this is vehicle. Really good commuter car, really good daily driver. And of course, since it's a Subaru with the symmetrical all-wheel drive, it's excellent in bad weather, in snow and ice, even in rain. It makes a big difference and adds a lot more driver confidence when you're behind the wheel. Now, this is a 2017 Subaru Legacy, which is the third model year of this particular generation of the car. The 2018 models did get a refresh. They got a little bit of a facelift, some cosmetic things, changes on the exterior, and some minor changes on the interior. One of the biggest differences that the 2018 model has is the new infotainment screen that actually has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So that is something I do really want. However, this infotainment screen is still pretty user-friendly. And obviously trading in a one-year-old car is not a good idea from a financial standpoint. But, oh well. So the engine in this car, it's a 3.6 liter boxer 6-cylinder engine, and it puts out 256 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque. Now those numbers, you know, they're pretty respectable, but for a 6-cylinder engine nowadays in 2017, 2018, those numbers are kind of modest. I mean, an engine with this kind of displacement typically these days makes closer to 300 horsepower. So honestly, this is probably the most modestly powered 6-cylinder engine you can buy in a new car today. I can't really think of many other 6-cylinder engines that are still offered that offer less than 250 horsepower. That being said, it's still adequate. It's not gonna blow your doors off, but you know, it is plenty powerful for daily use. And the CVT does a good job at highway speeds, kicking down to give you the power that you need. This is the first car I've ever had that has a CVT. And, you know, CVT transmissions have come a long way. But, you know, if you're an enthusiast, you might not like this, but, you know, for daily use, this transmission is pretty good. Really, the only thing I don't like about this transmission is kind of just how laggy it is off the line and, you know, full throttle acceleration. It seems like it really takes longer than it should to wind out and get the power that you really need. And the paddle shifters don't exactly help that. The way this transmission works is if you accelerate lightly or modestly, it behaves like a traditional CVT as you know it. That said, if you accelerate more aggressively or full throttle or even half throttle or above, this transmission behaves more like a conventional automatic transmission. So if you were to blindfold me and put me in this car and I didn't know anything about it, you know, I might guess that this is a 6-speed automatic. The only weirdness about it is, I think the impression that I get is in drive, the transmission borrows the 6 simulated ratios from the manual mode. And it seems like, and I think this is really typical of CVT transmissions, is that this transmission's first gear is really tall because it doesn't, the revs don't drop down to simulate a shift until something like 50 miles an hour, and then the fake gear spacing from then on is much more close. So it's a little odd, but you know, it works well. Now, one of my favorite things about this car is just how confident, I feel personally, behind the wheel driving this thing. Mainly it's because of the symmetrical all-wheel drive and because of the EyeSight safety assistance package. Those two features combined, they make road trips really easy and pretty much stress-free, which never used to be the case before I had this car. And you know, I think some proof of that is I have 27,000 miles on the odometer. Well, more than 27 and a half, and I've had this car only for 18 months, so this is the most amount of miles that I've put on a car in this amount of time. But it's been stress-free, trouble-free, and I've really been enjoying it. I don't think I would really want any other car. Now, in terms of the highway ride, the seats are very comfortable. It's another part of this car that really sold me on it when I first saw one in person in 2015. Both the cloth and the leather seats, I feel like they're very well cushioned. They don't have very much side bolstering, so you don't really get a lot of lateral support, you know, if you're driving it aggressively on a windy back road. But you know, again, this is a Subaru Legacy, it's not a WRX. Something else that I really like about the Legacy is just how easy it is to live with on an everyday basis. And one part of that is just the excellent visibility that you have from the driver's seat. And what I mean by that is the Legacy is pretty much just a conventional four-door sedan. It's not trying to be a coupe or a fastback or something that it's not meant to be. I mean, it's just a no-nonsense four-door sedan. And the other thing with that is that this shares a chassis with the Subaru Outback, which is the wagon, obviously, and it sits up higher than this does. But even so, I think this Subaru Legacy has probably the highest seating position of everything in its class. I mean, you have a really good view of the road, and the belt line is fairly low. It's not, you know, up to your forehead like it is in some other cars. There's plenty of headroom, and as I've said many times, I'm 6'4", and I fit comfortably in this car with a sunroof, and I have probably a good 2 inches of headroom to spare with the seat sitting upright. There are very few cars that can accommodate me like this, and that's another one of the reasons why I wanted this car to own. And it's also nice since, you know, the roof line is high, the belt line is low, there's a good amount of glass surrounding you, so it's not really a vomitorium waiting to happen. It's nice and open feeling. Because the way this CVT works, it seems like, is if you're accelerating modestly or lightly,